Hello, my beautiful friends. This is my offering to you regarding integration. The ceremony could be called life, the ceremony could be a plant medicine ceremony. But before we get started on integration, I wanted to share four very special ways of preparing for ceremony. Before we jump into the slideshow, I recommend that at any point, if you need to pause this video so that you can practice some of these things, please do. And of course, always the best work is done if we decide to do any one on one work. But information is the first step to reallocation of our truth into alignment. So there's four ways of moving energy: breath, sound, touch, and movement. Honestly, the most important thing in our lives and ceremonies, when we get ourselves out of the way, we can access a place of tension in the body and visualize blowing it out of the body with the breath. We can utilize sound, harmonizing, toning, vibrating energy out of the body. And on a very simple level, it stimulates the vagus nerve, which calms the nervous system from the bottom up. I will teach a little bit about heavening technique at the end. And if anyone wants to go through this pre-ceremony workshop with me, please reach out. Shifting weight side to side movement allows the body to know that it has agency. So if sensation can be intense, we can move with the information in the body. I love this quote. The job is to seek mystery, evoke mystery, plant a garden in which strange plants grow and mysteries bloom. The need for mystery is greater than the need for an answer. So, over my probably 15 years now of working deeply with plant medicines and exploring pathways to healing, I've been integrating embodied cognition, focusing, ART, known as Access, Release, Transform, utilizing sacred theater, expressive arts. And then what I kind of turn into autonomous self pacing, which is mindfulness, somatic literacy, my background in yoga philosophy, and Taoism. Feel free to pause and read here. Awakening is an unfolding process. We don't force insights. Rather, they come to us as we learn to stay with the subtle felt sense that arises when you pause and listen. So, today we will reflect on the journey. And the most important thing is to not quickly put words to it, but to put words and textures and descriptions to what's arising in the somatic body. So, as you can see, we'll be shifting from the unconscious to the conscious through felt sense. And after we make it through the edge of awareness, we're able to articulate in language. There's three stages of the therapeutic unfolding. We call it emergence because the difference between self-improvement campaigns and true healing is this deeper wisdom, or what the alchemists would call whole-on therapy, or coming to wholeness, or healing. So it's a widening attention. Sometimes that happens with fasting or plant medicine or turning off the default mode network. It's inquiring directly, curiosity practice, internal family systems, a witnessing practice, and then articulating it from various angles, discovering its crux. So important. Sometimes after ceremony, we don't have a clear memory, especially if we're working with things like 5-MeO, DMT, or ketamine. But we can call in the memory of the ceremony. And then what arises right here, right now, is that imprint in the body. So the warm up, I welcome you to get very comfortable And begin to use your imagination to bring yourself to a favorite nature spot that you love. Notice the water, the temperature of the air. What is the physical sensation of this space in you? Even more deeply, what is the physical sensation of this favorite being with you? Could be an animal, someone in body, someone out of body. Notice, is there a movement to the sensation? Is it buzzing? Is it light? So I'll pause here and you can guide yourself. And again, if anyone needs a greater, deeper container for this, please reach out for one-on-one. Now we're going to be using this exploration of describing what's here in the body. So I welcome you to circle or write down the words of the sensation that came up for you. Pause here. And now we're going to bring up an imprint of a interesting or a challenging person and explore the difference of that. So bring to mind someone you have neutral feelings towards, taking a deep breath in, exhaling out. Or perhaps it's someone that you have a challenging experience with that kind of leaves the heart feeling a little bit closed. And notice where in your body you're responding to the imprint of that person. This also speaks to the fact that a lot of our relational work, what I guide couples through, is most of the work is inner work because we're working on the imprint of our interpretation of them in our heart and our soul. And then we work with the model of communication. Many relational models of therapy kind of operate under this communication deficit system, which means if you just said it the right way, or they just understood you the right way, then the relationship would be healed. But truly, it's starting within the self. So pause here and read over my words. And then you'll come back. Come back to the slideshow. Write down what's here. Is it a familiar feeling? Does it remind you of someone else? So pause here. And now we're transitioning to access, release, transform that I've adapted from my trainings years ago in expressive art therapy. So we're going to access the sensation. We're going to release it through this expression of it. And then the transformation is trusting whatever arises as a newer iteration of it. So I welcome you to close the eyes, shift the body a little bit. We're going to use the phrase, what brings me joy? What brings me joy? This can be from ceremony. This can be from cultivating an awareness of a transition in your life. Or you can just do this as a daily check-in. What's here now? Take a deep breath in and just listen. Where and around your body can you feel the reverberation of the question, what's here now? Notice the most obvious sensation. Is there a color? Is there a movement? If we work one-on-one, I'll pendulate you out or I'll give you resource spaces. And in this space of the body, there might be a metaphor or a naturescape or a blossoming flower or the feeling of gravel sliding off a tin roof. So you're taking an image and a metaphor to describe the sensation. We're not categorizing it into an emotion yet. We're taking the essence of it, the alchemical energy of it. So let's pause here. And then release it through finding an expression. Does the energy make the hand want to move up and down? Resonate with it. Is it like a flower bud? Is it like a flower bud trying to open, but not yet having energy from the roots? And if that's a yes, oh, yes, okay. Resonating, checking in. Is it like this? Oh, no, no. Okay, is it like this? Yes. When it starts to feel like you have a grasp of this resonating image and symbol and felt sense of the sensation, now it's colored itself. It might even be sitting across from you or a full canvas that's fully developed. If this sensation, if this image had something to say to you, what would it say? I want you to remember. I want you to feel. I want you to let go of. So this is step 5. And then just welcome what arises. There's no need to fix anything, no need to understand, but write down the line, write it down. Take a deep breath in and pause. This is the first spiral of the ART of focusing. If you would like deeper support in exploring this, you can reach out for a one-on-one. Remembering we're following the process over the content. Pause here and read these. And then finally, this is a journaling practice. I remember feeling there was a moment when something in me knew, something in me saw, something in me let go of. So pick 4 of these, one that's easy, 2 that feel medium challenge, and one that feels challenging to write about. This could be the integration of your ceremony, a recent conversation, a challenge in your life. Just let the words come out, just like they're emerging from the unconscious to the unconscious as you stay with surprise, challenge, feeling touched, sensation. Pause here. And finally, this is the access of release, the transform. Now that you feel what is arising beyond the story, what else is there? What feeling arises as you feel what's underneath the story, or what Clarissa Pinkola Estes calls the rio bajo el rio, the river beneath the river? And what is it like to let it be just like this? And finally, transformation. This step will either encourage an attitude towards your next ceremony, your next discussion, your next exploration, or it may require some of your resourcing. If it's requiring resourcing, that means it needs time to stir in the pot. Finally, you pause here and review the breath of joy. Most people that I've coached know what this is. So pause here. Havening technique I teach to everyone before ceremony. It's a bilateral stimulation that activates delta brain waves and floods the system with afferent sensory signals, which is from the skin to the brain. These are 2 kinds of meditation I like to teach. If anyone needs support in the guidance of this, please reach out. And then finally, the 3 kinds of mindfulness that I use for preparation work. Pause here. And these are the benefits. Thank you so much for taking just a short 15 minutes out of your day to review this resource. Remembering resources are reminders that we can do so much beautiful work between ceremony, between sessions. And when the time is right, the altar will be here for you. I will be here for you. Sacred counsel will continue to unfold in your heart. Thank you for offering yourself your time to being a subscriber. I hope that this provided some curiosity, some insight. And remember, you can always write your questions on the comments on this post, and I can reach out. If there's enough people that want to be led through this as a group that are subscribers, we can organize that as well. Okay, everybody, this is Alexa Ayasoro. So honored, so humbled, inspired. Thank you.